you have to keep in mind when you are selecting a person for your next vote. Today's voter is a voter who can use all those electronic medias and find out what are they choosing. Because your choice is going to give you the days and the nights of next 4 years. So talking about those things which you expect to happen is right now in front of you. As I was telling you about my credentials, I do have writing for indigenous content for 2 years. I'm an expert in Power BI, which means if you have some database from the past 10 years and you want to drive something with just a click of a button and plan something for your next 5 years, that will be in front of you. You don't have to depend upon those people who are working under you and wait for weeks to find out what's going to happen if things change. I also have Canadian Police Knowledge Network, BC Training, Compliance and Enforcement Secretary Diploma, which was one of the most important elements I was reading when I joined law enforcement right after leaving my educational background. Other than that, I'm preparing provincial policies. I'm helping my government to create academic credentials, subject matter experts, which will make sure that the institutions, pilot institutions where your children are studying are following international standards and your children are safe, their money is safe, whether they belong to the city, the country, or some other country. Why I deserve your vote? I definitely deserve your vote because I'm a candidate who has expertise in planning and policy making, and that's the missing element at the moment. People come, they sit, they plan the things according to the people who are telling them to do the things without using their own brain. And then they don't know where the car is going and they deviate. I've spent my career writing policies, securing funding, and I also try my best to bring financial management for my ministries and saved millions of government revenue. And that's what I'm planning to do by bringing more employment, by cross-ministry collaboration, and making sure that City Hall is collaborating with Parks Board as well as School Board. If each one of us think that this is not my cup of tea, this is not my job, somebody else's job, who is going to take care of that? If every tire of the car is running in all 4 different directions, that car will never reach to its destination. That's what I think Linda and her team is going to bring. I know Linda from the past 7 years, and why I decided to run with Linda is just because of her honesty and integrity. She was the only person replying us when we have events and asking us, do you need anything? What your event is going to be? What should be my attire? What should be my speech? Those are the things which tell us that this person is investing her time in the community. And believe me, you will never find a better person as a mayor other than Linda. If you believe in me, please give a big hand. Tonight, I am going to ask you 2 things to support to keep this campaign moving, and that is, first, make sure you go out and vote. When October 7 to 17, pre-voting will be there on 7th of October, and it will continue up to October 17. Try to help people who cannot go for voting, help them with the right. Don't give them your opinion, let them use their brain. And if you are going to give us some opinion, make sure you are talking only about study first. And the last thing I would expect from you is think about safer city and progressive city when you are thinking about voting. I will also try to give you a little bit of my promise that I will be available, I will be helping, I will continue doing my social work, which I'm doing for the past 20 years, the way I'm doing, even when I'm selected as a councillor. Thank you very much for the time today, and I wish you a great evening ahead. Before I close, I would like to introduce our mayor candidate, Linda. I think you already know everyone. Some of our council members are not here today, council candidates. They have some emergencies, and Linda is here to give us all the information about them. And all the gentlemen of my team here with me today. Over to Linda.
Thank you so much, Shaina, and I know we've got a real gem here. We're so blessed to have Shaina as part of our slate. I know that she's going to do a terrific job running, but she's going to do even a better job once she becomes a city councillor. I think we should all give her a big round of applause. As Shaina mentioned, I've known her for about 7 years now. We've come to be good friends, good colleagues, and we work hard together as well. And as I say, we're so pleased to have her. A few of our other members. Madam? I'm sorry, I'm not, we're getting instructions here from our campaign manager, so I wasn't quite sure what he was looking for. Now I got it. So I'd just like to quickly introduce some of our other members of the team. And unfortunately, they all can't be here tonight, but we have Bilal Chima, Gagan Mantro, and Mike Bowles. One of our members, Jasper Gosso, he has actually added an additional member to our team. He and his wife just had a little baby boy this week, so he's at home with his wife. And with it being close to a weekend, we have Janet Brown, who was earlier mentioned as a global TV reporter and CKNW reporter, and a member of the Sums family. She unfortunately is away this week, and we have Clint Stewart, I should say, who is Mr. Wally Little League, and I think Wally Little League is certainly one of the most well-recognized institutions here in Surrey, and he's so passionate about sport. He's actually at a tournament this week with his kids, or weekend. And last but certainly not least, we have Deb Antefe as well. And Deb is a real advocate for families that have children that have disabilities. She's a mom to 5 children, and one unfortunately has a severe disability, so she's been a real champion in making sure that families get the support that they need. I think that all agree we've got a very strong team, and I know that we're going to do very, very well in the next election. And I would also say about our team, we've been together now for about 6 months, and we've really grown together, really support each other, and it's truly a team. And I just want to say thank you to all of you for all the hard work you're doing. And we've got 8 weeks to go, and it's going to be a long run, but I know we're up for it. Just a few quick things about what's important to Surrey first. Number 1 is public safety. If you don't feel safe in your home, if you don't feel safe at your work or on the street, really nothing else matters. We will really be focusing on getting this police transition completed now, not in another year or 2. It's dragged on for 8 years now when it should have been done in 4. We'll be adding more police officers because if you look at Vancouver and you compare us, we have 800 police officers. Our population is almost the same, yet Vancouver has 1,400. And when you think of our geographic size, you can see that it's very difficult for those limited number of police officers to be able to be effective in Surrey. So we need to hire another 300 members. We'll also be giving our police real-time, not late time, but real-time access to our traffic cameras. We have 640 cameras located around the city. when a call comes in for 911, if the police have real-time access, they'll be able to see what's happening in your neighborhood where we have traffic cameras. And where we don't, and there's high risk of criminal activity, we will be providing the police with additional 600 cameras so that they can focus on those areas and get those troublemakers and criminals off the street. We've talked a little bit about the need to be responsible for your tax dollars. The average household in Surrey's taxes have gone up over the past 4 years, $1,500. None of us can afford to have that kind of tax increases. So we're going to be bringing in an auditor general. This person acts independently of council and independently of staff, and they look for where we have inefficiencies, where we're wasting money, and how we can improve processes. And they make these reports public, so they hold us accountable. It's important that we spend your tax dollars as if it was our own money. We need to treat it with respect and responsibility, and as Norma Stowe oftentimes says, not like an ATM. So count on that. Count on more recreation facilities, more pools, more playing fields, and more things for families to do, including providing free access to all of our facilities for kids and seniors, kids under the age of 19 and of course seniors, so that they can get engaged in healthy activities and stay healthy. We also will be building a very strong economic plan here in Surrey. Many of you may not realize this, but the residents of Surrey commute twice as much as any other residents in the Lower Mainland to their place of employment. This isn't good for family time, and it's not good for how we have to fund our city. We need to have a stronger business community, so you can expect us to be very business friendly, including making sure that when businesses want to open, we can get their tenant improvement processes done quickly and immediately. So we're going to be open for business. We're going to make sure also that these streets are cleaned up so we can move around the city, because right now it's a bit of a disaster. So I'm not going to go on for too much longer. I've been a politician now for 8 years, and as many of you know, politicians like to talk. So I'm going to try to limit it and keep it short, and just say thank you to all of you for your support. Thank you for coming to